Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers. Welcome to another edition of Krabby McCoffee. I'm also your host, Rita, also known as San Juan Island Prepper, also known as Mary Sky Rita Lee. If you're new to the channel, hit the like, subscribe, thumbs up button. If you're a comer backer, welcome. So, a couple updates for you. You guys have been wanting to hear the updates. So, let me tell you the updates now. So, first of all, Chloe's behind me. Thank God you're doing that. I want to say thank you so much, Chloe. You've been very helpful today. I appreciate it. So, we're going to talk to Chloe while she does this because you guys need to hear it from Chloe's attitude. So, my cousin Dinky said to me, therapy go okay? Not likely. First of all, apparently the therapist doesn't give two poopers, okay? First of all, I'd like to hear from Chloe. If she would gives us a moment to tell us, right, Chloe, what happened with the thing when you told her what you did yesterday night. I mean, that's something that, you know.
She was just talking about emotions and stuff, that's all.
So she's trying to tell you to control it again.
Yeah.
Okay, people. Tonight's topic is going to be simple. Hey, Kane. Welcome back, moderator. Mental health system doesn't work, and mini updates. So let's talk about that. Chloe thought this was the perfect topic tonight. So we go into her therapist, and our therapist screws up the volume. So then she had to call on the phone to literally say, we can't hear you. So she calls Chloe, and she's watching Chloe on the camera, and nothing's going down on the camera. And all of a sudden, Chloe says, oh, well, I have this plan, Sorry, Chloe. Let me just put it this way so I don't trigger her tonight, okay? I have this plan, you see. How's that sound?
Yes.
You see? I have this plan, you see. I'm going to go to Harborview Hospital, and then they're going to place me somewhere. Therapist answer, that's a bad idea. That's definitely a bad idea. Oh, yeah, exactly, Kane. Chloe was just saying that before I got on. She went to have a smoke. That's a bad idea, All right, that's a bad idea, you see. I'm going to have to reword this. That's a bad idea, you see. Because, you see, they could, tell you, that you could be held for 3 days, and then kicked out. So then Chloe says, well, what is your fucking idea, bitch? And the therapist said, well, my idea is for you to stay and push the manager out due to the fact that you didn't sign your name to the paper. And two is, quote, unquote, that we need to get you a psychiatrist and psychologist here. Chloe's answer, well, what about my fucking housing, It might work. So, Higgins, Higgins emailed me about, it's going to take me time to adjust, Chloe. They turned around and they literally didn't give two shits if I was homeless. They're like, oh, well, Chloe could have said, well, I could go on Amazon, and buy a tent, and live in a tent on the island, and go see you 3 days a week, The lady didn't like that idea either. I mean, literally, it's like.
I mentioned that to her once. Didn't like it.
See, I told you. I already knew this because I was there when you brought it up in front of her. The problem is, thank you, Chloe. The problem is, is anything that Chloe brought up, they didn't like tonight. So my cousin Dinky said that, I mean. So It was basically a shithole appointment, you see. Well, you see, Higgins, at least it's better than me. I would rather have the salad right now myself. But Ice Bear's got to figure out dinner tonight. So it's either, oh yeah, I got to do a poll real quick for you guys, you see, since you guys did not make the official numbers, you see. So basically, you see, Chloe's mental health system is broken, you see. Literally. See, she goes to the appointment. Let us with poison bunnies, Kane. You know, you see.
I'm going to let the first round dry when I get the first round in.
You see,
It'll be
that's a good
30 minute
idea.
Dry, right?
Yes.
And I'll come back out 30 minutes and do more dishes.
There we go. You see? Poll is up now. Okay. So you see, we're having a great. So you see, everything that Chloe recommended, the therapist didn't give two poopers on. Yeah. You see? Chloe said, well, we have a plan that might be able to keep my house. You see? She said, well, you see, I don't think it's going to work. You see, you should let us sign up a psychiatrist, you see. Because if you leave next Monday, you see, you might be homeless and wherever, you see. So I was like, meh. You see, yeah. You see, Higgins, I changed the order up on you. Oh, well. It is life, you see. So basically, you see that, you know, sorry, you see, my therapist is great. But whenever Chloe was talking, you see, about things and saying, oh, I know how to handle this, she was like, well, I don't give a crap, you see. You don't know it. I'm wondering if she was basically looking, you see, to see, you see, if Chloe is, you see, incompetent and is going, you know, sorry, you see, to, you see, was she testing, you see, for Chloe to be committed to a mental hospital, you see? Did she even recommend a mental hospital?
She did not.
Well, what did she recommend? I mean, this is your interview.
Compass.
And did you say, well, you see, I can't stay at Compass, you see, because I have no home, you see. I have not a home, you see.
Yeah, I told her that, and she's like, she doesn't care.
You hear that, everyone? Chloe's coming from her own personal experience. How about number 2 at the side of 4?
She's like, well, I don't think that will work. What if you end up homeless? What if you end up this? Then I told her about doing a studio, right?
Oh, yes, you see.
And find ways not to make noise by not even talking. Living by myself in the studio, so I don't talk to anyone. if I want to listen to music or watch TV or play video games, I'll just use my headphones.
You see? And what did she say, you
Just
see?
I still have to interact with the neighbors at some point. I'm like, listening to music, I just act like they don't even exist.
I liked how she says, if you pay full price, they don't discriminate against you. You see, I love that answer to her. She literally basically did the wolf swap back. You know, like, I don't think so, you see.
Here's the thing. I told her that full price places don't discriminate as bad as subsidized does. If she says, well, you'll get that anywhere if subsidized or full price, I'm like, really? Full price they actually don't play favorites. They just like people who pay rent.
You see, my question is, when I was sitting in the blue, you see, when I was sitting in the blue chair listening, I was thinking,
because
the whole hospital thing. I mean,
here's the thing: with subsidized, they'll discriminate and they think they get away with it because they're just taking the government's money.
Well, what about that?
But when it comes to full price, they're not taking any government money. They have to rely on the actual tenants. Therefore, they're not going to discriminate against tenants who pay their rent because they make money off of those tenants. Therefore, they don't want to lose that profit. So as long as you're doing your thing, they won't play favorites because they want that rent coming in. They want you to keep their money rolling in because otherwise they lose business.
Well, you see, my question was to Chloe is, did she have show any emotions of Moppy or Bunny or I being homeless, or did she give not a crap?
She didn't give a shit. She said it wasn't her job to help with housing.
Then what is her job? Milking you for a cash cow?
Yeah, that's pretty much what it seems like. You know, they don't tell you that. That's what they do.
You see, everyone, you're listening to someone with experience. What did she say? You see?
She said that it's just not her job for housing.
You see, what I was going to ask before Chloe didn't let me finish, you see, is what was the whole story about the mental hospital thing, you see?
Said that, I already told you. She said it's a bad idea.
So, it's not her job, you see, for a mental hospital, but she wants to basically push the manager to give you see, a no trespass order. Did she even say anything about that, you see?
She just said, well, if you go off island, you'll be homeless somewhere.
But if you don't, but so she, you see, thinks that this whole April 30 thing is a giant joke then.
I told her that the manager probably won't resign. She'll probably stay here until I leave. She'll probably keep herself here until I leave to ensure that I'm gone.
Yeah, well, you see, the mental health system doesn't work, people. Chloe's basically his thing. What would you just say? Milking the cash cow?
Yep.
Chloe always says that term, but you know what? No one cares. Sorry. Nanka cares. There.
I was thinking of if we can't keep this place, get myself back into working, get the mental health I need to keep a part-time job.
Oh.
And move somewhere where rent is affordable, because I lived somewhere once full price that was only $50 more than it is here.
You see, I was gonna say something before. You see, I had a brain fart. You see, here's the thing I want to share with you guys. So I was sitting in the blue chair, and I said, "You see, gotta fix my hat, by the way. I said, you see, to Chloe, what did she say about the mental health diagnosis? You see."
She just said she didn't say anything about it.
Oh, wow. You see that? Isn't that amazing? So they can't even tell you why you got angry yesterday, blew up, and made threats. And yet she just didn't give two poopers about any of it. It seems they're only out there to milk you for the cash cows, like Chloe thinks, you see. I mean, literally, too many people out there in the world. Then what, you know? Well, you'd be surprised. The sheriff, Kay Briggs, stopped Chloe today because of the threats. So you see, there's enough trouble as is. And yet, the mental health system is specifically broken. Yeah, I've dealt with the mental health system with Chloe, you see, for 6 years. And I've dealt with it for over 20 years helping people. It is literally and thoroughly concrete broken. Yeah. I mean, let's talk about this for a minute. Since Kay Briggs thinks that Chloe's normal. Okay, let's just say Chloe is normal, in your opinion. The question to you is, what would you do if you were Chloe? I wouldn't know. Sorry. I wouldn't. Nanka, you see. That's the thing. People come here and they say, oh, Chloe looks normal.
Damn.
See? You see, Kay Briggs comes here, Kane and Higgins, and says Chloe doesn't need to go to hospital. She thing is, she may talk normal, but the thing is you see the mental health system is completely thoroughly broken. That's the whole topic we're talking about tonight. So want me to set a timer for 30 minutes?
An hour is the hot water.
Alexa, set a timer for 1 hour. So I'm gonna go check and see what's going on here. See, this Kay Briggs comes here and says, "Oh, Chloe's, yeah." So mostly this is a giant roasting pan. Hold on. There we go. No slip. Oh, and there's a few here. Kitchen will be done. Oh, interesting how she did that. Sweet. Okay, back to our business, okay? Thanks, Kane. Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, think about it. How would you feel, Kane, if you're listening to a therapist appointment and she's on Zoom and on the phone because there's a voice problem, and Chloe says, well, Rita could be homeless too, and I have to help her. And she's like, well, I don't give a crap about Rita. But she doesn't care about anything but getting cash for her company because, as you know, or you see, that they're treating Chloe like a cash cow. So Chloe's wants to get the kitchen done tonight, vacuum, and she wants to get everything done by Sunday so she can leave this place clean. Is her goal. But even so, the manager is, the manager. So, anywho, my point being is the mental health system is broken. And Chloe, on the other hand, this is interesting. Yeah, cool. Oh, yeah. Sorry, peeps. I was sending a message to someone real quick. We're talking about therapists and, yeah, system's broken but true. It's a true statement. Think about it. You wake up in the morning, you're panicked about your home, you're panicked about a trigger. You saw Chloe with her trigger words. Can't say I know or no. I had to restructure it. It's hard. Fortunately, you see, the system is broken. Alexa, what is the status of the timer?
You have 56 minutes left on your 1 hour
time. You see, when you all come in here, people need to realize that the mental health system is completely and thoroughly broken. I mean, this is why I've asked you on a short video about the mental health system being broken. I mean, think about it. I mean, what would you guys do in that situation? Oh, someone messaged me. What is it this time? Okay. So, her therapist for tomorrow's appointment was canceled because Chloe basically told her to put me on a canceled list because they talked today and it didn't go too well. And yet her therapist, or the DCR, the one who does the invol, came out, right, on the phone to me and says, I can't deny or agree with whatever's in her the therapist appointment, and she was like, well, if I have to be forced into a Catholic house with Catholics, men household as a men, they'll force me to do it, and she's like, well, that's the only house you have to accept it. Thing is the lady literally, I don't think, cares, plain and simple. And by the way, you don't know Chloe's mental illness. That is why Mr. or Mrs. Briggs, we will be doing a live video soon with Chloe's ex-roommate that had to deal with her for 3 years or 4 years. I had to deal with her for 6 years. That's about 10 years of experience on you. So if you say, oh, I don't think Chloe is crazy, really, then, oh yeah, and by the way, Chloe was talking about this letter she submitted to the courts, right? And the lady's like, well, you did that to yourself, so you two can both probably be homeless. Well, that's what Chloe wanted to one up her, the manager, that is. So, So I'm gonna check my email again, see if we got any new emails from the email. But Kane, you're right. System's broken. There's nothing we can do about it. I mean, think about it. They want Chloe to be homeless, living in a tent possibly, which is a bad idea, but they're not even offering any housing anywhere. I mean, think about it. Police basically stop, right? Her and say, oh, did you make threats? Yes, I did, out of anger. And yet, Chloe could be triggered at any time. And yet, you guys turn around and you say, oh, I don't see Chloe being crazy. Really? Then maybe you should go study what the definition of borderline personality disorder is, or bipolar, or antisocial, or some other mental disorder. She was in a paranoid thing. She's still kind of paranoid, but she's furious. She's furious because, they have basically, let me just tell you the story, have given up. My cousin Dinky says, so my cousin Dinky message says, a shithole appointment. What does that mean exactly? A waste of time? Waste of time. I mean, think about it. DCR thinks, oh, if we get a therapist appointment in for Chloe, everything will be fine, right? 12 days to go. 12 days to go, right? Chloe can trigger at any issue. And yet, Chloe's plan is, oh, well, I'm going to leave the island, take the bus down to Harborview and get seen there. They'll put me in, oh, well, they can only hold you for 3 days now, medicate you for 3 days, throw your ass out. You don't know what the policies is now. You know what I would do? I'd tell Chloe to call up that hospital, literally tell them that she wants to go down there on Monday and see what they say. Because if she shows up there and there's no rides, at least she can get an all-day ticket and go all the way to Seattle. Because frankly, in 2018, the only reason the last time she was at a hospital was literally there was for 4 days, 3.5, they threw her out because she wasn't going to take meds. And now her therapist doesn't think she needs meds. So if the therapist doesn't think she needs meds, then what does the therapist think? Oh, well, we need to have talk therapy. Oh, yeah. How's that working for you, lady? Talk therapy. Chloe's going to be homeless because, and by the way, Cade Briggs, since you want to know why the mental health system's broken, probably, I'm going to basically go off on a limb here and tell you a story. Now, I want you, if you're still watching, to tell me specifically what you would have done if you were Chloe and you went from the vet taking little Moppy, the service dog, my service dog, in to get checked, and then going, quote unquote, to the manager's office who manages this place, and then going in and saying, I hear you're not reserting me. And the manager says, no. And then Chloe flips her lid and calls the manager a dago and a wop. Screams and yells at her for 5-10 minutes, storms out, slams the door, and says, fuck you. What are you going to say then, huh? Oh, well, that's normal. Really? And then gave Chloe 45 days to find housing. And now, Chloe spent her money, foolishly. We're not going to get into that right now. It's not my job. Has no money for plane ticket, train ticket, bus ticket. Has no money for suitcases. Has no money for telephone, no. And then has 12 days left. And everyone around is complaining about Chloe's temper. And the manager says, look, Chloe's temper is blowing up. And then you say, oh, I don't think, really? So if the hospital isn't working, where do you think she should go? Her mom already emailed saying she's not welcome at her home because her mom was mentally abused by Chloe. Her dad doesn't want her because her dad was mentally abused by Chloe by saying, well, Dad, you're a man in a dress. You had a sex change in a cooter, but you're a man in a dress. What would you do? Would you sit around and say, oh, well, Chloe has a right to do it? Yeah, she does. It's her God-given rights. But her mom made a statement. She made her bed, let her lie in it. Well, use the male pronouns, but you get the idea. And then you come along and say, oh, well, Chloe doesn't really. Yeah, okay, let's just say you're right. Chloe doesn't need a mental hospital, okay? That was Chloe's plan. But if Chloe doesn't need a mental hospital, then where the fuck does she need to go? Think about it. Listen here, Kane, if you're still watching, and the Higgins. You got too many trolls coming in here. I get a feeling when Chloe literally leaves, we're going to get a troll fest. So you guys better be prepared, especially when Chloe's ex-roommate Cactus comes on, because, oh my God, it's going to be a basically shitstorm, I think. They're going to all defend Chloe because that's all they want to do. Oh, you're just jealous of Chloe's look, and you're just jealous because of... I am not. Who the hell is this? Oh, yeah. So you come here on my channel and you say, well, well, that is why we're doing a live YouTube video of so my cousin Dinky says, can you explain the therapist, pretty much. So I said, you guys are going to laugh at this because, this is just my opinion, okay? The mental health system is broken. The mental health system is so useless and a waste of time that it's more useless just as my damn shit is and needs to be flushed down the old Johnny flusher or Johnny shitter, as I put it. Why? Because, frankly, think about it. The mental health system's freaking broken. She goes to a therapist appointment. DCR says, oh, we'll look into it. The second DCR calls and says, oh, we'll look into it. DCR sends out the sheriff. Chloe snaps and says, yes, I did the crime. I made a threat. I was angry. I can't control my emotions. Therapist says, well, you need to control your emotions. Really? You need to listen to my treatment plan, but you don't want to listen. You just want to come and talk for an hour about bull crap, and then you want to sit there and tell me, find me housing. It's not my job. And then when you say some BS thing about being some grandiose idea, that was her answer. Grandiose idea that you're going to live in a tent. Don't like that idea. Well, what are you going to do? Chloe's got 12 freaking days. I mean, literally, my stress level's through the roof, and all I hear people sit there and come to me and say, Chloe doesn't seem to need the hospital. She talks normal and doesn't seem crazy. Really? She even admitted to her therapist she knows she's got a mental illness, but she doesn't know which one because they keep misdiagnosing her. So, that's another thing. So she's on disability insurance. And yet, you guys come here and think and don't answer when I say to you all, quote, unquote, what would you do if you were Chloe? What would you do if you were told there's too many fucking complaints against you and you gotta go and they're not researching? What would you do? Would you just sit there and be like, okay? I mean, does anyone here who basically is tuned in, or are you guys all tuned in for the drama? Because, I got people emailing me left and right saying they're only addressing it because they like the drama. Kane even said it last night, or was it Saturday, Kane? You said that, moderator Kane. You said something about they're only here for the drama. I mean, think about it. She literally admits to what she's done, and yet they don't even care. They're just like, milk, cow. Doesn't give two craps where Chloe lives as long as she's here on the island getting mental help. Really? I went in an appointment once, right? Funny story. This was a mental clinic. I went with Chloe once in person with therapist. You know what happened? I went online, right? Had my phone, and I went online at home here afterwards, but I had this, and we had to wait like 20 minutes. So you know what happened? So then I turned around and I pulled off these things that says, need housing? Call these places. So I grabbed my phone while waiting for 20 minutes. No one was in the lobby. And I said, hey, yeah, I hear you have housing. Oh, no. Where'd you get that? Our number to know housing. Oh, it's here at Compass Health. We're not taking anyone. We're full. So then I go to the thing and I go, bing, bing, bing. Lady comes and says, what? I said, you need to take those off. Oh, why wouldn't we? Because they're full. How do you know? Call them up. Here's a number. Call them up. Oh, so she goes and they said, take it off the wall because we are full. And the lady was like, oh. I'm like, you see? So you guys are posting 3-year thingies where you tear a piece off. It's got a phone number. And you're like, yeah, I need housing. Oh, you don't have any? You're full. And then they have other numbers. So as I was telling her to take them off, I was calling up right in front of her. And I was like, oh, you're full too? Okay, that one's full. Oh, are you full too? Okay, that one's full. And in the end, they took them all off. And I sat there looking at the people going, what the hell is wrong with you people? You're running a damn clinic that doesn't even have housing, and you're basically sitting there, right? And she says, well, if Chloe had the IOP program, right? So you know what I did? I contacted a friend of mine who's a director of the Catholic Charities in Eastern Washington. My husband's former therapist. I'm good close friends with her. And I asked her, does the IOP program provide housing? She says, oh, is this about Chloe Rita? And I said, yes. She's a YouTuber. She knows what's going on. She said, no. I said, what do you mean? She says, we can provide housing, but all the housing out there is full. This is Wenatchee, Kashmir, the Chelan region, Grant County, Freda, Quincy, Moses Lake, all that area. All full. All full. So what did I do? Nothing. So, tells you right there what you need to know. By the way, Higgins, I got a job for you soon. Oh, they don't want to update the list. They just think, and then the true problem, Higgins, is, and I'm glad you brought that up, Higgins, because they don't update anything. I gave Chloe a list of 900, right? So she emailed like 1,500 places, right? I did the same. I got emails coming in too. 2/3 of the list full. They keep telling the company that manages this apartment place that shows all the apartments available, pull it. They won't. They're like, oh yeah, we're too lazy. We don't have the manpower to remove it. So they keep getting calls and they're getting tired of it. So the list isn't updated. The list isn't updated. And then, bam. So Higgins, Kane, what do you think of Kate Briggs? I know Kane has been here a while. Kane knows the whole story of Chloe. And so do you, Higgins. What do you think? Do you think they're just a complete troll? Or do you think they mean well or they don't understand? I mean, look, when the time comes, I will be personally having a meeting with that's the thing. What do you think? I'm checking the poll real quick. So 5 votes and yeah, okay. Yippers. So, point being, let me just say, point being, it's the lists are outdated. That's the thing, outdated list. They don't print new dated lists. They just outdate them. And then you got to wonder why. Yeah, think about it. You wake up in the morning, you basically sit there and you call them, and they're all, oh, we're full. And then you call other places, and they're like, oh yeah, we're whatever. But they never help. And then they say, oh, we could give you coupons for hotel vouchers, 4 vouchers a month. Oh yeah, like that's gonna help. That's 4 showers a month and sleeping in a bed for one night. They just punch. They just punching a clock. Oh yeah, I mean think about it. Well, let's talk about the mental health system again, Hagen. So earlier today, I call up the crisis team. Right, tell them close out a crisis. They know me. They say, oh okay, Rita. So they get everything. DCR calls me, and I tell the DCR everything, and I tell her exactly everything how it played out. She says, okay. I contacted K, that's her therapist, and I contact P, this DCR. DCR calls me, I was on live. That's why I muted the microphone. What happened? Nothing. Not a damn thing. Oh, well, Chloe's not a danger to herself or others. She hasn't destroyed property. She may be gravely disabled, but we don't want to use that card. because, we don't think the mental system is going to help her. That was basically how it felt. And then I said, okay. So we got off. Chloe said, so what is it? So I said, well, everyone's been reported. Nothing's going to happen. So Chloe goes out to get milk and toilet paper, as Higgins knows. On the scanner, Chloe's name comes up. They didn't say, oh, we're going after Tater Tot. No, it was Chloe. So I turned it up. All is clear. Chloe told the fucking officer to kiss her ass. Kiss my ass. If you're, yes, I did the law. I broke the law, and yes, I'll do it again if I'm angry. I did it out of anger, right? So, someone with severe mental anger does this, then there's got to be some type of justification for. They could have detained her, but no, they decided to get in their little car and drive away, and then call the county DCR back and say, oh, well, Chloe said it out of anger. Okay. And all of a sudden, no calls from me or Chloe until I get boop, boop. You got an appointment at 5 o'clock. Right. How did that run? How did that play? 5 o'clock. Then they said, your appointment tomorrow is canceled. Your appointment tomorrow is canceled. Wow. Think about it. Chloe tells her everything that's going on, and she doesn't even help. Well, I could have helped you, but you didn't do the homework. And Rita tried to help you, but you would tell Rita to blow off. So it's not our job to help you, but we want you to stay on the island so we can get paid. And then Chloe turns around and says, this is why they're basically doing the cash cow. I agree, Kane. They don't. Chloe's completely right. You're right. I'm right. Higgins is right. They don't care. It's like Chloe's a number to them. Oh, Chloe, number 9962 is having a breakdown. 9962. Or let's just say 9998. 9998 is having a breakdown again. Okay. Yet when you got a guy who's homeless, drinking booze on the streets and pissing in the frickin' behind the school or something, they call up, next thing you know, they detain them involuntary. And then the next morning, when there's no beds, they basically discharge him. Then the same guy gets involuntary committed again. And then they do it the third time. Then they realize, what's the point? The mental health system's broken. You see, and the thing I'm frustrated the most, Kane and Higgins, is how they just basically were telling Chloe that a mental hospital, if she went there, won't do a damn bit of good. They were literally saying, just leave the island and be homeless. Or stay on the island and be homeless. Oh, really? There's homeless shelters until we can find you a place to stay on the island. Oh, really? So I'm supposed to send Chloe to a mental hospital till payday, and then I'm supposed to find Chloe a place in the state parks or somewhere else where she can have 2 weeks in a tent and then go around to the other camping sites while living because, well, they just want to get paid, so they don't care. I mean, why do you think I keep telling you the mental hospital is broken? And yet, we all know this. That's the problem. Everyone knows it. Everyone knows the apartments. Everyone doesn't care. I mean, look, you know what I'm fearing? I'm fearing what Chloe did. The manager's emails and says that Chloe's trying to bring me down. The therapist said, well, maybe you are, but you have a right to because you're losing your house. Oh, really? So for 6 years, you dipshits turn around and you tell Chloe you're not trans. You're not a woman. Okay, I'll buy that, in their opinion. Just because, I'm just saying for the mental health system to be broken. Let me finish. Then they turn around and they claim Chloe's bipolar 1, Chloe's bipolar 2, Chloe's bipolar 3, Chloe's borderline, Chloe's autistic, Chloe's narcissist, Chloe's antisocial, Chloe. So Social Security Administration looks at it and says, I got 23 diagnoses. Which one? Use them all. Then, eventually, she leaves Grant County, comes over here, and makes a deal with the manager to go to Compass with certain strings attached. But what does Compass do? They want to dictate to Chloe, right? I mean, you should have seen that DCR guy today. Pulls up a file and he says, "Oh, says here that Chloe was going to go into a special housing situation for the mentally ill. But Chloe told them to fuck off because she wanted, quote unquote, more than $75 a month." So basically, what they're hoping to do is, I don't know what the hell they're hoping to do. I really don't. To me, the mental health system keeps everything so tight-lipped. It's like the military, pretty much. You don't know what the hell they're gonna do. So, and I agree, Kate. They don't care. They don't care. So they just don't. Anyways, does anyone else have anything to comment on? Because I know Kane's listening and Higgins is listening. I was thinking of calling Higgins in a few minutes, possibly before he goes to bed. But I also was thinking about putting some TV in if you guys aren't commenting. I mean, look, we got 4 people watching, 2 moderators commenting. And so I'm hoping you guys basically have something to say. I'm going to use the restroom again. Bladder's full. So I'm hoping you guys will literally, I want to see, is there any comments? That's interesting. I'm going to go use the toilet, But that's the point, The mental health system's broken. And afterwards, we all are in trouble. Okay, I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'll be back. Oh man, I think that's funniest thing ever. You guys are probably wondering what I was laughing at while I was in the toilet. The 3-day thing. The hospital only hold you 3 days, kicking you out for people that really seriously need it. You can't just go and lie and tell them you're suicidal when you're not. Well, if Chloe's going to be homeless, she might be suicidal. The problem is this lady doesn't know Chloe that well. And that's the only plan Chloe has. I mean, look, Chloe's mom and dad don't look after her. Chloe's grandpaps don't want to, Rita's laugh was a mental snapping point. Yeah, well, you know what, Higgins? I'm still thinking of ending this conversation and calling you. What do you think? Seems we don't have much more in the comments, so what do you think? I'll email Higgins first and see if he's up for a chat. Because frankly, Higgins should know 6 hours and some minutes for YouTube videos. Let me look real quick. It says on content 6 hours and 45 minutes or something. Let's see. 6 hours and 13 minutes is a drain, literally. For I'm hoping tomorrow's channel will be about prepping, because I am exhausted, about, No, I'm not going to call Higgins a name, like you're a swine, because it was just a joke. He's not a swine. I'm just so damn tired, I'd like to get to my TV show tonight, too, so maybe he'll just say no call, and I'll go to my TV show, but still, that laugh was a laugh of what the hell's going on in the world, because I just can't comprehend. I mean, literally, I may be learning disabled to a point, but shit. I mean, to listen to a lady say, I don't need my problem. What is your problem? What is your job? What is your idea? Is your idea to sit on your ass? I mean, Chloe's like, I'll just go to my room every time. So, you want me to send you the review list? Yeah, as long as she doesn't talk. And she can control that damn... Remember the Bible once said that your tongue is a burning fiery furnace? Yeah. But no, I was laughing because of the whole therapist thing, right? Dad's like, oh, I'll see it. I'll believe it when I see it. Really? I mean, literally, Chloe had an idea. She wanted to get help. Think of the mental health system, right? Chloe says, oh, I got an idea. If I can get medicated, maybe I could stay. Lady said, absolutely fat chance. Okay, so you've talked to the manager. The manager said no. Then what the hell is your problem? Why are we paying? Why is the state of Washington paying for your crusty ass to tell Chloe fat chance? What's the point? What is the problem? The problem is the mental health system is broken. I mean, look, if you turn around and you make a threat, say I make a threat against someone, right? Let's just say I make a threat against the guy upstairs, right? He annoys me, but we're friends. I would be hauled off to jail and thrown out of my home, okay? But I'm not making threats. Chloe, on the other hand, right, basically does it, and they write it off. 99% of it is, oh, Chloe's going to be gone in 12 days. Write it off, right? Manager knows it's been done, but they can't touch it. If the manager doesn't know it's done, then who the fudge knows anything? I mean, literally. I mean, think about it. I mean, I'm sitting here waiting patiently. I have patience, by the way. My advocate once said, "Really, you have the patience of a saint. Patience is a virtue, but comes to these people, right? You know what's funny? It's almost May, and it's supposed to be cold as hell. Call your state rep's office, give them their phone number, name, and see if they snap attention of someone above their pay grade. Oh, they won't. I've complained about local senators and the state senator and Congress. They didn't get off their damn butt. They weren't going to do anything. So, anyways. So the problem is the mental system is broken. Plain and simple. Think about it. You wake up in the morning, you smile, you smile, you smile. You wake up in the morning and you hear Chloe complain about what's going on, right? So they don't want to help. The lady just didn't care. Plain and simple. Anyways, I'll wait for Higgins' email because there's only 2 people and this is almost an hour long. I want to get out of here tonight. And Mark already knows there'll be a new update tomorrow. It'll be about prepping. Let's just stay on focus of prepping. And tomorrow's a new day, so let's see what happens. In the meantime, Chloe's going to get the dishes done tonight and the bunny cage cleaned tonight. And then tomorrow we're going to vacuum the halls and put away the clothes, leaving only Chloe's room and the bathroom to clean. And I'll probably get the bathroom done myself and the floors. So Chloe gets a little break there. But my point is, Chloe wants to leave this place spotless. That's her goal. And we also want to watch some reviews because if she's planning to leave Monday, well, therapist doesn't like that idea. And to me, I can't understand why the hell the therapist is even talking, no offense, and telling Chloe to challenge the how I don't remember how to say it. Okay, so looks like we had 5 votes. All right. So I will just leave the poll go anyways. Prepping, is that something new? Yes. Today was all about Chloe's mental problems, which didn't handle it. And my family thinks we're running a soap opera, which, by the way, 6 hours is a long time, so I do want to relax. So um, I'll wait for Higgins to email. But, the thing is it just, what I really am upset about is the therapist. What the hell is the therapist planning? Think about it. Therapist is planning what? Oh, stay here. We're challenging the manager. I think the manager has a better case of dumping them both out, saying the taxpayers' money's wasted myself, but who knows? Anyways, like I said, it's almost been 1 hour, so we will talk about prepping tomorrow, possibly some prepping news. We don't have anything. It's going to be Wednesday, so I don't know. I just hope all is done. Yeah, so I just can't. I can't understand it. That's the thing. I just don't understand it. What happened? Yeah. See you tomorrow, Kane. Higgins, listen for your phone. In the meantime, everyone, thanks for watching. Please add and subscribe. Please post comments. Please leave feedback, suggestions, hit the like, subscribe button. Hold some fun for your family, including your dogs, your cats, your bunnies, your service dogs, your service bunnies. Hit the thumbs up button, subscribe button. Keep the comments nice as all we ask. Thank you. God bless you in everything you do.